The Shan Hills of Burma, a lawless country in a land known as the Golden Triangle. In these valleys, an army is on the move, and they want the world to play to their tune. The Shan people have been described as beggars sleeping on a bed of gold, for their land is rich in minerals. But today, the gold comes from the cultivation of the poppy. From the poppy comes opium, and from opium comes heroin. From these fields and thousands like them, 2,000 tons of opium are now being released on the world market. When refined, this, the largest ever crop, will make 200 tons of heroin, enough to supply the world for 5 years and create a new generation of drug addicts. Here, 60% of the world's purest heroin is controlled by one man, the Lord of the Golden Triangle. A rebel army inside Burma, one of 12 armies fighting the Burmese socialist government. But this army is different. What happens here affects the world. They're commanded by a man described as the biggest heroin trafficker at large today. He is Chan Shi Fu, known simply as Khun Sa, in English, Prince of Prosperity. He commutes to work daily with armed bodyguards. He has to. Thailand, Burma, and the United States have all put a price on his head. He claims he's fighting a war to liberate the Shan people. America calls him a criminal. Criminal or freedom fighter, Khun Sa is holding the world to ransom. He has established his headquarters at Homong, the gateway to the Golden Triangle, the opium-rich area of Burma, Thailand, and Laos. His plan, to control the richest heroin border in the world. At his base, he's planned his campaign. If we're able to conquer the border, we can control all thieves and robbers. We can stop all the fighting in both countries, and I can control 80% of the heroin trade. Khun Sa's large and powerful army is being trained to watch over the drug routes and heroin refineries. He claims that if his rebel state is recognized, he'll abandon the heroin trade for good. I'm a politician who wishes to drive out those who think our homes in our suffering country should be burned. My first aim is to get for my countrymen the same rights as the rest of the world. If I can do this, I will make 8 million people happy. But for the world to be happy, I also want to stop opium. The no-man's land between Thailand and Khun Sa's headquarters is hostile country. Armed opium bandits operate in this jungle, and Thai government troops have been ordered to arrest any foreigner found here. So after clandestine meetings with rebel soldiers, we secretly crossed the closed border to keep our appointment with the general. After a difficult journey through the Shan Hills and being guided by the rebels through a minefield, we arrived at Khun Sa's camp in time for a dawn parade. Khun Sa's soldiers are reminded of their traditional enemies, the Burmese and the communists, against whom they've been fighting for 30 years. Every morning they chant their freedom song. The soldiers are also told their #1 enemy is the police, in particular agents of the American Drug Enforcement Administration, the DEA. The DEA, myself, and the people of the world want to see the end of opium, but they shouldn't tell lies and mess us about. Instead, if they come and really work to make opium disappear, then it would not be so difficult. These young boys are the General's Youth Brigade. They learn Khun Sa's politics of opium. They are told their general offers to sell his opium to the Americans every year, but America refuses to listen. Since no government will negotiate with him, Khun Sa lets his drugs go to crime syndicates in Hong Kong and America. He claims he has 20,000 soldiers, but many are very young. This boy, Sai Shui, is something of a veteran. He's been here 2 years already. He's now only 10 years old. He comes from an opium-growing family and wants to be an officer.